Hello and welcome back to Soul Axiom Part 11. Can you believe that they're actually getting to the end of the game now? Probably not, but you better believe it. Here's one of the longest levels in the game. The spaceship, I believe. Or at least a space base. Well, it's definitely space. I'm gonna call it a spaceship, because it's definitely... well, it definitely has a feel like it's a spaceship. And you actually start out in a very inconvenient place, right in front of your exit, which is locked away. What a tease. But that's okay, because we can sort that out fairly quickly. It's just getting back to the exit that will take a bit of time. But first things first, we need to get into the level itself, which is behind this giant door. Make sure that you move these lasers out of the way first, because it will be a pain in the ass to get around them otherwise. Plus, I think we will either close the door or it will just kill you off, which is, well, not the thing you want either way. But there you have it. Once you run in here, you have a whole level ahead of you. Better get to work. Start with the cryogenics. You need to collect 4 keys to make your way to the bridge, I believe? I think it's the bridge. We'll find out soon enough. I don't remember exactly where you need to go, but that room where you need to go, it's important because it opens up the soul that you need to access to beat the level. That is our first key right there. Frozen solid. Pull up these pipes. You don't have to freeze them. Just keep holding. And now let go. You will need to turn those valves that I turned earlier before, or else the pipes will not do anything significant. But as you can see, the guy that was frozen in there was definitely not human in nature. Some sort of an alien. Wonder what he wanted to do with this key, and why did he freeze himself? I don't know. I guess we'll never find out. I guess it doesn't really matter either. Ah, engineering. Well, you want to go here because this kind of matters. Especially if you want to get to the memory fragment. Oh, this looks familiar, doesn't it? Yeah, it still works the same way. Find that green little shit and hit all the green circles until the thing is unlocked. And hope to God you don't fuck it up. There you go. Now that you got it done, you can see that the laser grid was turned off in the medical room. But to access the memory fragment, you will actually need to open the door to the medical room. Now you can just walk around it. And here you will find the console where you need to stick the keys in. We're not gonna do that yet though, because there's no reason. We only got 1 key, it won't do anything. So instead we're gonna look out for the rest of them. Do we wanna go that way? Ah yes, we do. For it is the detention zone. Yeah, go in there. I know you want to. Yeah, much better. This is a bit of an interesting place. You need to assemble yourself a bridge out of random bits and pieces. This won't be easy though because, well, for the most part the bridge is gone. You'll need to use this disassembled, broken as shit UFO to make the rest of the bridge to go through the rest of the gap. Simple enough. You can control each of the rings individually to make yourself some steps, but if you spin the middle portion, the cockpit, you will raise and lower the entirety of the structure. You will move all of them, which is what you want to do. Move it all the way up to the top and then freeze it. With the way the UFO is set up right now, you should be able to just walk all the way to the other side. And yes, you need to get here because there's another key. So in case you've been missing one more key and you haven't even been here yet, or you decide to skip this place, best if you come back here right now. And now I'm going to be a dick and just disassemble everything, cause I feel like it. It's a detention zone. It might as well be disassembled. I mean, if there is anyone left alive, they probably don't need to get out. They are on detention after all. Huh, looks like we went backwards. Whoops. Let's head back. That way is to the medical room. But that's not important right now. There is a key in the medical room, but first let's go to recreational. It's a bit more significant here. Here you can find a little chapel. You can read this piece of paper where somebody complains about the corridors and how he doesn't find sitting in this place worth it. He also tells us that he lost the keys to this. A very weird combination of horse racing and the slots. I don't know who came up with this, but I gotta say, this is easily the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And it's mostly down to luck too. It just doesn't require any thinking or anything. You just gotta keep hitting the button and just roll any number of horses. The more horses you roll, however, the more your horse will move. You want to outrun the other horses all the way to the end of the table, so that you could win that third key. Luckily for you, you can roll the slots while the horse is moving. So that's kind of cheating. But I'll take it. Here are some pipes. You will need to fix these pipes. And a few other things. Like that shit over there. To gain access to the medical room. This is simple. Rotate this tube. This. And this. Oh, and that one too. Well, that wasn't difficult. If you've gone and done it right, you will see that that door over there, leading inside the medical room, opens up. That is your cue if you want to get the memory fragment. You kinda need to work for this one, but that's okay. Now we can go to the medical room actually. Oh, this will be later. Don't worry about that. And get the last key, which is in the clutches of a dead alien. But first blow these panels off of the door. They don't need to be here. Oh, but wait, I thought the door opened to the medical room. It did, it's just on the other side. For some reason we don't want to open both doors. What a bunch of dicks. Anyway, we're not here for the memory fragment anyway. Go over here, find this alien, pick up his stolen key. There's your memory fragment if thou must. And since we got all 4 keys now, return to the security room and stick them into the console. Right in there. This actually happens automatically. You just need to click on it once. Now, once all of the keys are in, the bridge will be open. I believe it's called a bridge. Yes, the bridge is now open. There's just one more thing left to do here. There are 4 panels with these switches. However, flipping some of the switches, well, as you can see, will trigger a timer of variable length. You just need to find which switches give you the best time and then flip them in the correct order. I'm doing this pretty damn retardedly right now. But what can you do? I'm a fairly dumb person. Actually, once the timer runs out and the rest of the switches have not been pressed, or switched I should say, then you'll get nothing of value out of it. But as you can see, doing it like this is good, because you get to flip all 4 of them in a time and you open up your way out. But you're probably wondering, why can't we just backtrack all the way back to the beginning? Well, remember that big door we had to go through? It only opens up from one side. The other side that we are on right now, and as you can see I'm trying to prove my point, well, it just doesn't open. I could have sworn I cut this part out, but well, let's keep it in. Let's show that, well, this is the door and there is no way to open it. So now, you're not going back through that way. You'll be going through the long way to get back to your location, to your destination. And that's a little annoying, but what can you do? That's an interesting scanner. It doesn't even look for your fingerprints or anything, it just looks for a hand. I guess technology has really gone up in the whatever year this is supposed to be, where it just recognizes hands rather than prints. Or maybe the security has gotten lower. Maybe they just don't give a shit anymore. Oh yeah, by the way, you saw that random guy run past? Well, you're not gonna see him ever again, so... that was random. What could this mean? Why is it flashing? Oh! Huh, what? But we are in space, and we don't even have a spacesuit. And yet we're not dying? What's going on? Well, this is probably the best cue that this world is not real. I mean, seriously, in what kind of a situation could you walk out in space in just, well, regular casual clothes without dying? Here's a pro tip. None. So obviously this place is quite fake, in case you just had some doubts. Make sure to put that platform I moved a little bit earlier to where it is right now, else you will not make this jump. And you will fall somewhere and die. And that's just no fun. Wanna get over there? Don't bother. You're not getting there because it doesn't matter. You have no reason to be there. Put this random piece of shit in here, door opens up, pressure goes out again. And now you're in an elevator. Well, that was easy. I gotta say, the levels in this game are really not that difficult. Most of the time they just kinda look difficult or just have some other bullshit. Like in level 2, you know, the military base where they ask you for a code to get through the rest of the level, but good luck figuring out what the fuck the code is. But there you have it. That's all it took to get back to where we started, to touch the transparent body. And with that we end up in the memory fragment world of a spaceship, which is easily the least interesting one. Well, for starters, we're in the middle of some sort of field of gears which crack and make all sorts of noise. Well, until you get the hell out of here. Crack, whir and pop. The sooner you get out of this fucking gear hole, the better. However, it's not as easy as you may think. You need to find these shafts, which will push you up, like it did a couple of times already. They're not that easy to see, however, due to our fog I guess that's the best way to call it. Oh, look at that. For some of the shafts, you'll need to be a bit more inventive, like this one. You'll first need to make this platform, but make sure that before you destroy it, you're right above the shaft, so that you fall into it. You're trying to get all the way to the top, where the real puzzle is. Unfortunately, it's never as easy as it seems, right? Yeah. Where could that bloody shaft be? It's difficult to tell because the fog is not helping your visibility at all. Plus all of the glowing effects are kind of distracting and make the already fairly difficult to see shafts all the more painful to notice them. That's not the shaft we're supposed to get onto, actually. The other one that we're looking for right now, it's a bit further ahead, I believe. In fact, there it is. Right under another gear. I nearly called it a shaft, actually. That would have been weird. Alright, now we need to jump on that. There you go. The higher up you go, the more annoying it becomes to find what you're looking for. Make sure that whenever you destroy the blocks, that you phase them back in once you're above them, because chances are you're most likely gonna need to use them again, like in this case. Just jump and see how you did not rotate with the cube. Reality bending experience, I suppose. Ah, that's the thing we need to get to. But this time the only way to get to it is by doing a bit of bullshit and standing on the edge. Once you get to that one, that's it. You get out to the top. And this, while this is not a very difficult puzzle, it's definitely one of the more creative ones. We have a bunch of globes. And it looks like something very familiar, doesn't it? Well, I'll give you a hint. They're setting up the solar system here. You'll need to freeze the globes in the correct position so that the beam keeps going around the big one, which is the sun. I'm not sure if any of this is up to scale, but it definitely is the more creative puzzle, because, well, as you can see, there really isn't much to do, but it just looks pretty cool. Plus, you can try and play a fun game of Guess That Planet. That probably is Jupiter. Oh, that definitely is Saturn. Despite one other planet having rings, but I don't remember which one. Probably Neptune, maybe? I don't remember. Saturn definitely has that distinct thing about it that everyone can recognize, and it's the rings. I do have to say, it's quite fascinating that Saturn's rings look like actual rings when you look at the photos, but whenever you get into greater detail, they're just pretty nicely put up asteroids. Like they're aligned in such a way that they appear as rings. It's actually just a pretty big field of asteroids orbiting around Saturn. It's pretty nice. It's pretty cool. Wouldn't you like to put that somewhere, right? Well, actually you do need to put it somewhere. If you notice that your beam isn't really going anywhere close enough, it's probably because you missed one of the planets. This is where it needs to end. this is how you finish up this place. Amazing. A simple puzzle, but still, I really like it. Just for creativity. That's a bad touch. If I ever seen one, that is. Okay, this is going to be the dumbest fucking cutscene you'll ever see.
Earth destruction in T-minus 20 seconds.
I can't stop the Earth being destroyed, but I think I can save humanity. Computer, have we capacity for a mass soul extraction?
Upload connection stable. Capacity for 60 billion souls. Warning. Probability of crew fatality 100%.
Damn! Couldn't you have lied, computer? At least said 99%. It's worth the sacrifice. I have the chance to save everyone.
Psychic link complete. Upload initiated. Upload complete. Akashic server at capacity.
Now you might be wondering, holy shit, is this legit? Who the hell wanted to blow up planet Earth? What did we ever do wrong to the rest of the galaxies? We didn't even learn how to fly since whatever this year is. Watch out, this isn't what it looks like. Son of a bitch. It's just a fucking trailer for a stupid movie. That's all it is. You'd think this was legit, but nope. And it's a good thing that it's not legit, because it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, what kind of aliens would want to go fighting, well, the humans? We didn't even learn how to fly out in space for that, well, for very, very well. You know what I mean. We didn't know how to fly through space efficiently up until whatever this year is supposed to be. And, I don't know. Plus, I know Vale's Interactive probably won't really give a shit, but what kind of a supernova was that? The planet blew up and it looked like it was made out of Legos. Come on. I can show you a better supernova. Hold on, I'll patch something up for you. Yeah, that was a much better one, don't you think? But I understand you didn't really want to put much of an effort into an effect that's only going to be used once, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But anyway, the conclusion of this game is coming soon. In fact, we're pretty much at the end game now. There isn't much left to show, so stick around for part 12 and the rest of them. See you soon.